Alright, you'll have to bear with me because I'm not really a public speaker. I try to let all of my work do my speaking for me. So, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come and speak with you all about my life and the subsequent experiences that I've had in it. I was told that the theme this year was exploration. This is excellent because it sums up exactly what each and every one of you is doing, not only in your academic life, but in your personal life as well. You're exploring who you are, who you want to become, and who you were prior to this point in your life. The best part about exploration is discovery. The discovery is the reward that you earn from venturing forth into unknown territory. It is in these unknown territories where we grow as people. In regard to art, venturing into unknown territories may mean trying a new technique or taking on a project which pushes our talent to its limits. It is from these experiences that we realize our potential, or the potential that we may have, or that we may achieve, if we push ourselves just that much further. Think of the limitlessness that we may have if every time we decided, instead of, I'm happy with the way that looks, if we pushed ourselves just that much more, what we could achieve and what we could accomplish from that. To understand where you are going, or where you would like to be going, you must first understand where you have been. From these past experiences, your personality is in a constant state of flux, evaluating and reevaluating who you are and who you will become. Now, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you that being an artist, and it's not going to be easy street. It's hard, and it's just a constant struggle, because art is so subjective, and it is so personal that not everybody understands it. During my time at Ringling, I went to Ringling. It was some of the most fun I've had, but also it was extremely trying, and at times I didn't think I was going to make it through it at all. I entered Ringling in the fall of 2005. In the spring semester of 2006, I married my girlfriend of 9 years. She's here with me today. Then in 2008, she gave birth to our son. After my son was born, while we were still in the hospital awaiting discharge, I was working on my final semester project. I had about 10 pieces with a full motion video program and also a book. So, wow. Trying to care for a child and balance your life as an artist is an extreme challenge. But would I have it any other way? No, absolutely not. After graduating from Ringling, just 3 short years, I found myself in one of the country's worst recessions. 2008 and 2009 were difficult for me. I had applied to over 1,500 jobs, ranging from concept artist to architectural illustrator to gas station attendant. For the top position that I wanted, I didn't even have a shot. 20-year veterans of the gaming industry were being laid off because of the economical crisis that had hit. I eventually got a job as a manager at a gas station in Venice because I had to be able to support my family somehow. While not working and not caring for my son, I was working on artwork. Some of these paintings and drawings that you see here were made during that time. In the summer of 2010, I had applied to a listing on Ringling's website for a sculptor. The ad didn't specify what kind of sculpting would be done, but I was up for anything. I ended up getting the job, which was for a dental sculptor. It's really bizarre, but it's a really fun thing to do. During the next year, I was sculpting some of the dental implants for the denizens of Venice and Sarasota County. In 2011, I got a job in Upper Sarasota at an art firm as a designer. While there, I worked with some big-name clients: Vogue, Condé Nast, Charlotte Moss, and Tom Felicia, just to name a few. While there, one thing kept rolling over and over in my head. I was doing the work that I had gone to school for, but I wasn't really that happy. I didn't care about making money, I wanted to pass along my experiences and the joy that I had in making art, not just produce art to sell. After a few years there, I left my position and began to look for work as a teacher, and finally landed a position at Port Charlotte Middle School in the summer of 2014. I'm finally feeling that I should be doing what I should be doing. In retrospect, though, I don't think I would be the person that I am today without all those previous experiences that I had gone through. Art can be incredible, but it can only be what you make of it. If you delve into the process wholeheartedly and with great amounts of enthusiasm and passion, I guarantee that you will not only create incredible work, but you will also become something more than you ever thought you could be. My process is as much about the growth of the piece of the artwork as it is about myself. There is no real method to the germination or generation of ideas for images. Sometimes it's a lengthy, mind-straining process, and other times the completed images just come to clarity within my mind instantly. When starting a new piece of work, I usually have some small idea or concept of what I'd like to create. I begin with sketches and a lot of research. Most of my work is in no small capacity based on historical events or locations, and I like to have everything be historically accurate. After I feel that I have something that closely resembles what I would like the final image to be, I begin on a finished cartoon or the final drawing. Most of my work takes between 7 to 25 hours to complete. During that time, the work takes on a life of its own as it progresses. I see the process as more of a communication between the artist and the work. After I feel that the work has reached a level of completeness that I'd like it to be, I stop. And that reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by Leonardo da Vinci: "Art is never finished, only abandoned." And then I begin the cycle again. But at this time, with all the knowledge and the experience that I've gained from my previous work. Here's a quote from one of the best science fiction writers of the 20th century, Philip K. Dick. "Maybe each human being lives in a unique world, a private world different from those inhabited and experienced by all other humans. If reality differs from person to person, can we speak reality singular? Or shouldn't we really be talking about plural realities? And if there is plural realities, and some are more true, more real than others, what about the world is schizophrenic? Maybe it's as real as ours. Maybe we cannot say that we are in touch with reality, and he is not, but should instead say his reality is so different from ours that he can't explain his to us, and that we can't explain ours to him. The problem then is the subjective worlds are experienced too differently. There occurs a breakdown in communication, and there is the real illness." The quote, I believe, is an excellent description of the artist, be they performance artists, musicians, creative writers, or visual artists. Each one of those disciplines in art serves a purpose to each person practicing them. Each one is trying to express his or her own unique vision, their unique experience. Each performance, piece of composed music, story, or piece of artwork is a brief and wonderful communique between the artist and the viewer, allowing for a moment in time the viewers to experience the world through the artist's mind. Art in general is subjective, and when I say subjective, I really mean it. Even as an artist, the beauty in some of the work really is in the eye of the beholder. As an artist, though, we need to be able to be strong-willed. I say this because in art, more so than in any other profession, the product that we present to the consumer is more than a product. To each and every artist, it is but a small piece of ourselves. Think about that now. When you go to put your work up in your very first show, you'll be nervous. Nervous because of the judgment of your work. Probably the last thing you'll be thinking about is whether or not you're going to sell the art. The floodgates will have opened in your mind, letting forth a torrent of emotions. Do they like it? What happens if they see that small mistake in the upper right-hand corner? Where's the nearest trash can if I have to throw up? These were some of the same thoughts that just kept rolling over in my head my very first show. And then finally, oh my God, wow, my first show. I can't believe somebody's actually going to see my work. As the crowd of viewers and possible patrons walked around to view the work, they more likely than not will view the work hanging on the walls as just that, art. But the artist whose art is on display may feel as though they themselves are hanging up on the walls, on display for the entire world to see. As I look out on all of you, I can see many faces of bright-eyed, hopeful young adults, those of you with your entire lives ahead of you. And I would like to wish all the best of luck to you in every endeavor that you embark upon. I can guarantee, if you have the determination, that there is nothing that can stop you from achieving your goals. I can take a couple minutes for a Q&A, so if anybody has any questions. Yeah.
You were mentioned that you get a lot of inspiration from history.
Yeah.
Is there any point in time where you feel most entranced with, or?
I like the Gothic era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you can see in some of the work, you can. I like the mystique that surrounds it. The science was there, but it really wasn't there. It was more about becoming a person in the world, and I like that mystery to be shown in my work. So, yeah. Anyone? Well, thank you. And truly, art is amazing. You just have to look for it.